Okay, so first of all, any doubt or any stuck points from the previous class? Anyone? So you've completed DDL and DML. Any doubts so far from anyone? Any coding stuffs, anything you are, that is stuck in your, knowledge over there when you are doing the hands-on at your site. Okay, so I believe no. Today we'll be going to learn DQL, this part. Okay, DCL and TCL, it's not very much important. We'll be touching this part once DQL is completed. In DQL, we have some, huge things to be covered. Okay, and it should take 2 to 3 days time to be covered. What is DQL? DQL is data query language. So DDL, by DDL, we are preparing a table structure. By DML, we can able to insert the data. Means we are preparing the data inside the table. Okay, but the DQL is just like the visualization, different visualization on top of the table based on the select statement. Okay, by DQL statement, we cannot modify anything in tables data. That is why, the tables data we can modify only by DML. It's data manipulation language. So we cannot modify any tables data by DQL. Only on top of the existing table data, we can impose that, the data query language and have a good visualization on top of that. Okay. So let's see how we can go ahead with the visualization part. Data query language, select the table. Okay. We already, tested this thing. Select star from our table. We checked this thing earlier as well. Yeah, Akhila, please. Yeah, I have handed over this thing to one of the Tetra admin team. So if it's
Okay.
not uploaded in the YouTube, so please, post in the group that when you can expect this thing. So it's with the, I have handed over from my systems to them the last 2 videos, but not sure why they are not uploading. Please tell them if they, do the late again, then I'll be providing from my side itself from the OneDrive. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Tomorrow you can tell me whether they are, they uploaded it properly or not.
Sure, sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Let me just open my SQL Workbench window. Yes. Okay. First of all, we need, as I mentioned, we need a ready-made, a good table is having with the data. So we'll not be doing any kind of manipulation as of now. We'll be doing the analysis part now. Data is ready inside the table. We'll be doing the analysis by data query language. So this is our Tetra training schema. Inside tables tab, we have employee table. So our first DQL thing, DQL query select. This select query we have used multiple times just to visualize data inside the table. So the command is select star from the table name. Okay, select is a keyword, from is a keyword, employee is a particular table name. So which table name you want to select the data, you need to put this keywords. What is star? Star means, okay, let me just execute this. Then I'll be telling you why we're using star. Okay, so this is the entire employee tables data. In the employee table, we have employee ID. Suppose this is a particular organization's employee information. I have collected 10 employees information from various department. So employee ID is this, which is supposed to be a primary key, you can see. Although I haven't imposed a constraint over here. Yes, no constraint has been imposed on top of employee ID, but it's the main operation of employee ID is primary key because each of the employees should be having a unique employee ID. Employee first name, employee last name, their work experience, their salary, their department, which particular department they are working, and the date of birth. Okay. Similarly, we have separate department. I mean, separate in the same organization. We are having some BUIT, business IT person, BPOs are there, BPO persons are there, business analysts are there, HR are there, two HRs are present. Okay, one business analyst, two business analysts, HR, BPO, BUIT. So those are the different department. I have collected the information, and this is the entire table structure. Now, if I put star over here, it will print all the available columns inside the table, employee table. In the employee table, what are the columns are there? It will print all those columns. Okay. If I minimize the number of columns, means I want to filter out some columns from my output data set. Then instead of star, I can put only the column name there directly. Suppose employee ID. I want to only print employee ID. Okay. So you can see employee ID is there. It's called slicing of the data set. But one more thing, just I'm repeating this thing once more time. We are not manipulating data inside the table. We are just limiting our visualization by the select query, by the DQL query. Okay. So what are the other columns I can put? I can put the other columns with a comma separator. Suppose EXP. What are the other things? Employee first name was there. Employee first name, comma employee last name. I think date of birth was there. DOB. Okay. So let's only choose those columns and let me run the query again. Yes, you can see as per the order I have provided, they're printing the data in the similar way. So this is called data slicing. Instead of putting star, I can choose the desired columns to be shown in the output. Okay. The desired columns, I just need to maintain these things in order with a comma separator. That is the concept. Even I can put this thing as well as a star. Means all the columns, I think star needs to be put earlier. Let me just put this thing over here. Yeah, I'm putting star. Then I'm choosing again those columns. It will be printed similar way. Star means the entire column set. Then again we'll be repeating employee ID experience. This thing. This thing is also possible. Yes. So star is representing the data set till DOB. This one. Then again I'm repeating this thing. Employee ID experience. So this thing can be put it over here. So let me just check the chat. Did we create the employee table first? Yes. I have created this table just for our DQL language. The similar way I have created with the DDL command, and the last 2 days session we learned the DDL. So there we have created, I've created this thing, employee ID, employee first name, employee last name. Employee ID is integer, first name, last name is varchar data type, experience is integer, salary is integer, department is varchar, DOB is date data type. Okay, and I have inserted few records over here, 10 records, just for our demonstration purpose in DQL chapters. Okay. Okay. I hope it's fine. So this is how we can limit number of columns. I'm just mentioning over here in our select query. Okay. Or it can also call filtering on top of columns. Now, if we want to filter row level, means I want to hide some of the records in my output data set. I don't want to print all the data set. Let me put only select star over here. Select star from employee. Again, the basic statement. Let me run it. Okay. The next slide I was talking about filtering a data set. Filtering means row level filtering. I want to filter. I want to see particular records. Then we need to use the filtering. How to do that? So the main DQL query, then put the where statement. We use where statement earlier as well. During update and delete statement, we have also used this kind of filter operation that time. Similar thing we'll be doing here. Just give me 2 seconds. Yes. So select start from employee where suppose I want to see only IT department's data. So where department department equal IT within code because IT is a varchar. Let me run this query. Yes, so you can see the row has been limited. We're having only IT related data. The employees information who is having only IT department. Okay. This is how we can do the row limit operation. Okay. If I want to choose multiple things, I cannot put this thing in equal. Suppose I want to see IT as well as BPO. I'm putting equal sign over here, it will be failing. If the thing I want to see it's not a singular, it's plural, then this is the error. There is error in SQL syntax. Then we need to omit this equal sign. We need to put in. And within a bracket, within the brace, we need to pass this multiple things I want to see. You can also see the single things over here by in, but this is the conventional way. Let me run this query. Yes, you can see IT as well as BPO departments teams are also available over here. IT, 3 IT, 2 BPO. Okay. Hope that is understandable. If not, please tell me. Okay. So instead of doing equal in, we are having some other things as well. Restricting selection using comparison operator. We can use comparison. Suppose I want to filter out the data. I want to see only the data whose experience is greater than 10 years. Okay. So I'm omitting this where experience greater than 10 years. Okay. So where experience EXP greater than 10. So this kind of comparison operator I can choose as well. Let me run this. So you can see 3 people comes at the output. One is having 16, one is having 20, one is having 15. They're BYT, BPO and HR department. Okay. So this is how we can put comparison operator as well. Okay. What are the other things? In keyword we already learned. Okay. Before coming to this thing, I want to just show one more thing. I can impose multiple conditions. Suppose I want to see two things. I want to see whose experience is greater than 10 as well as whose department is HR. Okay, this is very small data set. I can quickly confirm who is HR, this one. But I just want to see only this row in the output. Then I can put multiple conditions over here with and or anything. I'm putting and where experience greater than 10 and department equal HR. So both of the conditions should be satisfied. Then only it will be returning the result. Let me run it. Yes, you can see this is the result. There was no IT people. But if I just put IT over here, you can see it will return nothing because IT people are there, but no IT people is having more than 10 years of experience there. That is why it's returning no values. Okay. So this way we can put multiple conditions with putting and we can also put or over here. Or means it will satisfy this as well as this. Just like Boolean or operation. And means when both of the things should be satisfied, then only it will be return the result. Okay. Okay, I believe it's fine. Let me go ahead with other thing. Okay, restriction based on pattern matching. How this thing will work? Let me just quickly run the main query. We have this data set. Okay, pattern matching. Suppose I am the boss of the company. I found someone. Some particular person is doing some bad work, and I just keep note of the particular employee's I card. Okay. I'll be doing my legal actions after, not legal action, some disciplinary actions, maybe after some time. But when I'll be doing this thing, suppose I forgot the name. I just recall maybe the employee's first name. It's starting with M. Okay. So I just recall this thing. I cannot recall the full name. I can just just recall only the alphabet of the first name is starting with M. So I can come to the database and search with a pattern matching. So how to search with that? Select start from employee, where employee first name. If I need to put like, okay, like M. M is our first character and the rest of the characters should be identified by this while character percentage sign. Okay, this is percentage. M first, then the other character. It's a ignored kind of stuffs. We are replacing it with a percent sign. Let me run this. You can see we're only having two employees whose starting character of first name is M. Okay, so then the boss needs to choose and they need to think which particular employee he or she is, having the issues and all. Okay, but just I want to show this thing by this pattern matching. We can check any pattern from any column. We just need to know the first. It's especially for the character. We need to choose for the varchar column, especially. But integer, this kind of things, it's awkward type. People generally do not do this kind of thing. Even I think it's not possible for integer as well. Okay. Any doubts so far from anyone? Okay. Restriction based on between and keyword. Suppose I want to check some range calculation or range selection, then we can use this kind of thing. Let me just check the entire data set once more time. Suppose I want to see the experience whose experience is starting from 8 to 16. 8 to 16 years experience. I want to see this experience. So I can put this thing in twice, two way. Just like I can put where experience greater than equal to and experience greater than equal 8 and experience less than equal 16. I can impose this thing. Yeah, those are the employees. I can also impose the same way, similar thing with and between keyword. How to do that thing? The similar kind of thing I'll be doing. Employee where experience between 8 and 16. So we are using two keywords. Experience is the column name, between and keyword between 8 and 16. Let me run this. You can see the similar result what I have found over here. The similar kind of result I can see over here too. Okay. Any doubts so far from anyone? Okay. The last point is restriction based on a null value. Suppose I want to see some null values. Okay. Let's check the database quickly. Let's see whether there is any null values. Yeah, there are null values in date of birth. So date of birth was not a mandatory columns for all the employees. So they did not put their date of birth over here. So that is why it's having null value. So if I want to see whose date of birth is null, so we cannot put directly equal sign or in sign over there. To search any null value, we need to put is null. So select start from employee where DOB is null. Okay, DOB is the column, date of birth column is null. This way we can try to achieve the result. Yeah. So this is how we can represent null in filter. Okay. So those
I
are
have a
the,
small doubt.
yeah, tell me.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever you're executing, you're not giving any syntax at the end, right? Semicolon. Is that fine?
yeah, yeah. Semicolon we can put. If we put semicolon, there is separate. I mean, let me show you why we can put semicolon or why cannot. So without semicolon,
Mhm.
there should not be any issue while running it. But semicolon is a, I mean, good thing to put. We can put semicolon as well. There'll be no issue. Semicolon, if we put semicolon, that will
Okay.
help the database to understand that this is the ending or closure of this statement.
Mhm.
So semicolon is also helpful. Let me, if I'm putting multiple statement, suppose select star from employee. Sorry, some spelling mistake was there. Okay, putting semicolon. So I can select this thing and run it in a single go. But yeah, you can see both of the result displayed one
Mhm.
by one. Let me run this.
So yeah, it is the same, right? With semicolon or without semicolon, it will run.
No,
Not a
if I do not
problem.
put semicolon, if I run both of the statements at a single go, it should throw error because it is not understandable. I mean, it's not
Which one
understandable
to
by
consider?
which one is running
Mhm.
correct. There's, I mean, they're reading the query from here. They're not closing the entire
Okay.
select statement. It's coming as
Mhm.
this way,
Okay,
which
what if
doesn't have
I
any.
put a semicolon for one statement but not the other one?
It's the same issue. They're executing this thing over here in this way. So if I put semicolon at the beginning, I mean over here, it means it will successfully execute this one. Let me show you. That should be working fine, I believe. Yes. So it's
Okay.
executing this thing earlier. Then it's coming, when it's coming for this one, it's executing as without a semicolon, how it's executing. Okay. Semicolon, it's especially is useful when, I mean, we'll be using store procedures or views. There are multiple select queries or multiple statements to be executed sequentially one by one. Okay. Suppose the store procedures. So maybe 10, 12 SQL commands are running one by one sequentially. So there we need to properly put the semicolon to understand the query executor, how they will be running the thing, or I mean, till what the statement should be executed. This is the thing. Okay.
Okay.
Semicolon is also a good standard form. Generally, to maintain the standard, we should put. But for a quick practice and all, we can skip it. But we just need to choose which particular line I need to execute it. You can see I did not put semicolon, that is why it's showing an
Yep.
error over here. But actually it's not an error if I run only this statement. Okay. But
Okay.
for the entire executor, it's showing an error because the semicolon, it's not properly ending this statement and it's understanding that after this one, it should be executing this one. So this is a single statement. That is why they're putting a red color things over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just omit that window, pressing this. So the last thing we just learned, it's about filtering operation. Filtering a data set means row level filtering. I hope this is understandable for everyone. If no or any doubt point, please tell me. Okay. So I hope it's fine. The next topic we'll be going to learn is distinct. Distinct keyword we can. This is a particular keyword which will help to get any distinct value from a particular column. Okay. Suppose I want to see what are the departments. There are only 10 columns, 10 rows over here. But after checking the 10 rows, we can easily identify what are the distinct department. But suppose there are thousands of rows. So it's a bit tough to get the department. So we can use distinct keyword. Suppose this way, distinct. This is the keyword, and after distinct, put the particular column name or multiple column names you can also put. Let me show you one by one. So over here, uh, my requirement was to check the distinct department. I can put this thing and let me execute this thing. Okay, so you can see it's remove the duplicates. If I only put the department over here, it will return all the departments as per the data set. IT, BU, BPO, this way. Okay, I'm putting a distinct clause over here. Distinct keyword. It will be helping me with the only distinct values of the department. Okay, hope that is understandable. Okay, I can put multiple columns as well. Suppose I want to distinct between department as well as uh, uh, experience. Okay, but the thing is, the combination of department and experience, they will be trying to find the distinct. But as per the data set, let me just run the thing without distinct, clause. So you can see there is no such duplicates with the combination of department and experience. IT6, IT2, IT5, BUIT 16. So there is no duplications based on these two columns. Then if I put the distinct, we cannot see any changes. Okay, just give me some second. Okay, I'm back. So over here, I'm just imposing distinct on top of department and experience. Over here, I cannot see any changes after imposing distinct because the combination of department and experience already, those are distinct in nature. Okay. So by distinct, we can also see multiple values, multiple combinations, distinct values as well. Hope it's
So
clear. If
that
not,
means
yeah.
you're able to only check for only one column, right? Not
No.
two.
That is not the concept. I can see multiple columns as well, but I do not have the proper data set to show you over here now because we do not have any duplication on top of department and experience combination. You can see there is
Okay.
no
For
such
example,
duplication. Suppose let me
yeah.
just,
For example,
yeah,
IT, the second line, if you second row, if you see, if IT has same word, same number as 6.
okay. Let me update this. Let me
Mm,
do
mm,
a
mm,
quick DML, a data manipulation. I'm
mm,
going to update this thing as 6. Okay,
mm, yeah.
let's do this thing. So just quickly recall how we can manipulate it. Update table name. Okay, set experience equals 6, where emp id equal 112. Means for this row I'll be setting the experience as 6. Okay, let me just execute. It's executed. Let me just quickly check the table once more time. Okay, so you can see
Yeah.
this thing. Now let me impose distinct.
Mhm.
Distinct experience department from employee. You can see only one combination of IT and 6 should be there. Okay,
Yeah, okay. Mhm.
so this is the thing I want to say. So distinct will help. It's not only for two columns, it will be occurring for every columns. So, but the combination, it will be checking for the columns data's combination should be unique. Okay, if it is duplicated, then it will be taking only one value.
So it should be in both columns. Right?
Correct, correct.
Yeah.
Combination
Okay.
of the both columns.
Yeah. Mm, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm removing this update statement. Any doubt from any other one? If there is any this kind of doubts from anyone, please tell me. The doubt may have appeared, I mean, as this is totally new for you, especially the new persons who are quite new for SQL. Please tell me if there is any doubt, anything. Please ask the questions. Please clear your doubts. And please also practice the thing at your own SQL, I mean, MySQL UI. Okay. Moving to the next topic. What is the thing? Column alias. What is column alias? So let me just take the first select star from employee. Okay. Column alias means, okay, in the table, those are the column name. Employee underscore ID, employee underscore first underscore NM. Suppose during visualization, I want to see the column names with a different manner. Suppose I want to see not EXP, I want to see experience in a whole keyword. Okay. So how to see this thing? Select, suppose whatever column I want to check, employee ID, employee first name. EXP. Okay. EXP alias. I just need to put as keyword and I can put experience. Which thing I want to see the experience column, I just need to mention after as keyword. This is possible, or I can simply omit as, I can put a simple space as well. Let me show you both of the scenario. So EXP as experience, put comma salary. Any other thing you want to put? Department. Okay, department I want to also see with a full keyword as department from employee table. Okay, let me select this and run it. You can see we are not showing experience EXP anymore. You can see experience for department as well. There is no DEPT value, DEPT column name. We are having full department name. This is how alias work. Okay, we are not changing the column name inside the table. The column name is same, and we cannot change a column name by a DQL statement. Column name change means it's a structural level change of the table. That can be only possible by DDL statement. With the alter statement, it's possible renaming a column name. Over here, what we are doing during our visualization of the output, we are changing the column name over here just for the visualization purpose at the output. Okay, we are not changing the column name really in the database itself. In the database table, you can see this is still the column names. Okay. Suppose I want to show this kind of data set in front of user, but I cannot, in a column name, I cannot put this kind of, a single word should be used during representation of column. But over here, suppose I want to show this thing in front of some business user, they're feeling awkward. Why we are putting underscore employee EMP underscore first underscore name. So there we can use the alias and segregate the underscore. Just like if we put employee first name, this will be throwing error. Okay. Because we cannot use multiple words to represent a single column. Let me run it. You can see it's a error because it should be returning this thing as a alias. Then it will be searching why these two keywords are there. It will be throwing error. So that is why if we use multiple words to represent a column, so it should be enclosed by a double quote. Okay. So employee ID, employee first name as let me just employee first name this way. Let me run it. This is also a good alias. Okay, you can see it's modified. If we want to, while doing the alias, if we want to put spaces within column names, then we need to use this kind of double quotation. Okay. We can also remove the as keyword. We can simply put a single space or multiple spaces as well. This will also work as the alias works. The same thing as alias with using as. Okay. I'm removing as, just putting a single space, original column name, space, the column I want to see or visualize. Let me run this thing. It is also working. Okay. I can put as, I cannot. If I put as, it looks better and at the standardized way. It is it's much more fruitful. So please use as while doing the alias. Okay. Anything you can do. Any doubt for alias? Nothing? Okay. After that, concatenation. Okay, concatenation we will not be seeing today. Maybe tomorrow when we'll be learning function, then we'll be checking concatenation. I'm jumping to aggregation. There are lots of aggregation functions available. Okay, so how that should work? Okay, it's also a function. Okay, let's cover up concatenation as well. No issue. So concatenation, it's generally we can concat multiple columns value. Concat means just like one column is having, suppose there is employee first name and employee last name, separate way. Okay. Employee first name and employee last name in two separate manners. Now there are one more important concept I want to cover over here. Till this point, whatever we have learned in DQL, we are using the existing column itself during print or select statement. But now we are going ahead with a bit higher level where we will be creating a new column which should be calculative column or derived column based on the existing column. Okay. So we'll be learning concatenation now. I'm removing this one. So during concatenation, what we'll be doing, we'll be using these two columns and I'll be deriving a new columns which should be having employee's full name, first name, space, last name, this way. So how to do that? Let's take employee ID column. It's fine, comma, employee first name. It's fine, employee last name. It's fine. Now I'm not taking any other columns. I'm directly going the derived column. Derived column, I can also put comma and put some derivation over here. Let me show you first some derivation. Suppose I want to uh, put some column, suppose city. Okay. Or I can put some other thing. Okay, let me hard code some value for city. ABC. This way we can create a new column. ABC as city. Let me run this thing. So you can see this is a new column city. And I'm putting a hard coded value ABC. This way we can create a new value or new column over here. Okay. It's possible in SQL to create new or introduce a new column based on the existing. I haven't take any help from the existing column. I'm just creating a ABC value over here. Now let me concatenate this employee first name and last name and create a derived column over here. So how to concatenate? We can use, there is a default, functions available in MySQL. It's concat function. I'm using this concat function over here. Concat. Within this function, I am passing the parameter employee first name, comma, employee last name. Okay. So this should be our derived column. Let me run it. You can see the new column has been generated concatenating these two value. Okay. Concatenating means it's a concat operation. One by one, it should be printed in this way. Let me add some spaces in between. So I'll be also calling a space as second parameter. Space I'm passing in this way. Um, it's a character or string. So I'm passing with a single quote. This is column value. So that thing is should not be enclosed by single quote. It's a column value itself. Okay. I'm passing a new character over here. It's a space. So to identify a space, I'm just wrapping it with a single quote and printing in this. So let me print the output. Yeah, you can see a space has been added between first name and last name. And the derived column is having, you can see the name is not good over here. It's the itself the calculation is printed. So I can put some alias over here as suppose the employee full name in this way. Okay. So this is how we can do concatenation operation. Here we learn two things. We introduced a new derived column based on the existing column. Existing column means employee first name and last name. Those existing columns, we are taking help of those two existing column and we are creating a new derived column called employee full name. And this is how we also learned there are some inbuilt functions available in the database, in MySQL database. So concat is one of them. So I'm utilizing this one and I'm able to concatenate it. Okay. Any doubt so far from anyone? Okay. I believe no. Moving to the next topic. Aggregation functions. It's very, very important. Let me show you. So in aggregation in the database, we can do this kind of operation: summation, maximum, minimum, count, average. Average means arithmetic mean. Okay. So these are the keywords as well. let me show you. Suppose, okay, let me just check the entire data set once more time. Okay, so this is the data set. Okay, so I want to see, suppose my requirement is I just want to see the maximum salary from the entire data set. I want to see the maximum salary. Okay, of course, I mean, you can see the aggregation functions. It is also the inbuilt functions. So the functions can be applicable only top of the integer columns. Okay, so suppose I want to do maximum of the salary. So I can directly put max. I can pass salary column. Okay, max is the function. I'm utilizing this max function and doing the, I mean, on top of salary, I'm doing that one. So it's 2,50,000. It's returning the correct one. Similarly, I can do mean, everything I can do. Let me do a summation or average. This is the summation, means the total salary. Okay. Total salary, the entire salary, it's just summing up and giving us the result. I can do average as well. Okay. This is the average. Total salary divided by total 10 people are there. So divided by 10, they are doing the average. Okay. Now the requirement may come. I'm just going with a bit complexity. I want to see the average salary for individual department. Based on each department, I want to see the average salary. This is the requirement. So I need to introduce another new column called department, DEPT. But if I run this query, it will be failing. One particular requirement over here is required over here. We are doing average salary and I want to also include department column. But now think about it. In distinct, when we are putting distinct department, there are total 5 departments available. But I cannot show all the values over here. So there, when we will be aggregating some integer value and I want to spread the value across some other column, I need to group by that column. Group by, a new keyword will be introduced over here. So which column, based on which column I want to spread the particular aggregation function, the particular, this column I need to group by at the end. Let me show you this thing and I'll be explaining once more time. This is a bit complex. Group by department. So first I'm grouping the entire data set from employee table based on department. Then from each of the department, I'll be getting my average salary. This is how the data set signifies. Okay, now let's check the data. Each of the department, they are first grouping it. So you can see the distinct value of department over here, one by one: IT, BUIT, BPO, BA, HR, and their average salary. The average salary based on only department IT. The single version of BUIT, that is why the big salaries with the BUIT, they are having only single person having a large salary. I can do all the things. I can do the summation over here as well. There'll be no issue. Okay. I can also get max mean. It will operate on top of each of the department now. Now max should not be calculated for the entire data set. It will be grouping the data set based on department and For each of the department, it's getting the maximum salary. Okay, so group by is a very, very important concept. This is big, this is required because if we do the aggregation based on any particular column, or we can introduce multiple columns as well. Putting a comma separator over here, I can introduce another. Suppose I want to introduce employee first name. Now again the similar concept. The combination of department and employee first name, there is no such distinct value. So there should not be any changes. Putting max or min, the combination of department and employee ID, whatever data set I can see in the original data set, the similar kind of data set, I can see it over here as well. Okay. But the main concept, whatever things I'll be, whatever on top of any integer column, whatever aggregation I'll be doing, if I want that aggregation to be spread across any particular column or any sets of column, that thing should be putting in a group by clause over here. Okay. It's understandable. It's very, very, the concept we need to clear because this is very, very important. The aggregation topic is very important in SQL. Please let me know if there is any doubt. Clear for everyone? Okay. I hope it's clear. On top of aggregation function, let me remove this employee department. It's not required. Let me do the summation over here instead of max. Okay. So I'm just doing a summation of salary. Or let me do the average. Average salary for each of the department. And we should be having a fair idea how each of the employees salary means. It's the average one based on experience as well. It's depending. So how the average salary for each of the department goes, okay, in a particular organization. Now the thing is, I want to filter out some data from here as well based on the aggregated column. So if I want to filter it out, I cannot use the where clause because this is a calculative field which is just generated over here. Okay, this is an important note. Please remember. So when we will be doing the where clause means we will be filtering the data. We can use the where clause. We cannot use the where clause over here if there is any calculative column in the same phase. Okay, just like average salary, it's a calculative column over here. So I cannot put the thing over here in where clause because the particular query, the particular value is getting generated after running the entire query. So I cannot introduce a where clause. Where should be introduced after from employee in these places. But it will not be working. So if we want to do filter operation in the same line, we need to use a having clause. So it's a new keyword having. Having is required just to do the filtering operation on top of any aggregation function. Just like having average salary. I want to see all the department average salary whose average salary is greater than maybe 70,000. Average salary greater than 70,000. So you can see one particular record has been omitted and we are having this output. So this is working as a filter but on top of the aggregated column. So this is the utilization of having, and having should be put after group by. This is my group by, then having. Having we cannot do this thing over here. Okay. Please note somewhere if you are just quite new in SQL, then how the group by syntax should be working and where to put having. This is a bit confusing if you are doing that thing as a first time. But if you're quite experienced, that is fine. But first time for 1 or 2 times when you will be practicing, that should be much more clear to you as well. Okay. Any doubt so far from anyone? Anything? If there is any doubt, anything, please feel free to ask the question. There'll be no issue. Okay. I hope it's clear. Moving to the sorting. This is our last topic for today. Okay. Going to the again the basic thing. Select star from employee. Okay. Suppose I want to sort the data based on a particular column. Suppose based on experience, I want to sort it. So select star from employee. The particular clause is used order by. Order by the particular column name, I want to sort the entire data set. Suppose on top of experience, I want to sort it. Okay, you can see the entire data set has been sorted based on experience. Okay, so you can see the lowermost things are coming first. So it's based on experience ascending order, the entire data set has been organized. Okay, suppose I want to sort it for the experience with the descending manner. So we need to introduce a new keyword called descending, DESC. Okay, by default, if we do not put anything, it should be ascending in nature. Or we can also introduce this. Sorry, yeah, Akhil, you were telling something?
Oh, sorry. No, nothing.
Okay. So select start from employee order by experience. So if we do not put any particular ascending or descending, by default, it should be ascending in nature. Although there is a command AC for ascending. Okay. And for descending, it's DESC. We can put multiple columns over here as well. Let me run this thing. Suppose I want to, you can see there are 2 persons having the same experience, 2. 6 persons having the same experience, 6. Now, which should be coming first? This 6 or this 6 or this 6? These 2 6 are from IT department. This 6 is from BA department. So, which should be coming first?
I
So,
think according to the date of birth.
no, that thing we also need to put it over here. We can, this is at our hand. Okay. So, as of now, this is coming based on the entry of the data, which data I have entered first. But I can also put some other parameter over here. With experience, let me put some employee first name. So when we have the same data based on the character in dictionary, which should become, let me just put first name. Which parameter you want to put it over here? It will be doing in the similar way. Now you can see there are 2 people are there. Now I also put employee first name. When there are 2 same experience, it will be checking for the second parameter, employee first name. So employee first name's characters should be also ascending in nature. So M should be coming first in dictionary than S. That is why this 2 is coming first. Okay. Similarly for 666, A should be coming first, Arijit. M should be coming second. A should be coming third. This way. So we can introduce multiple column values over here as well. Based on the precedence, first it will be sorting the data set based on experience. If there is any similar value of experience, that it will be taking consideration of the second column. Okay, the first one will be getting the precedence of operation. Suppose the same thing. I'm just putting employee first name first and then experience. I'm running this query. First, it will be sorting the entire data set based on the alphabet of employee first name because this is a varchar column. So A, M, S, this way it's coming. Okay. And it's properly ascending. But we do not have the same name. That is why, I mean, if we put the second parameter, there is no such effectiveness. Okay. This is how we can order by the entire data set based on a column or multiple column. Any doubt so far from anyone? It's clear for everyone? Okay, you want to see group by along with order by. Yeah, that is also possible. Let me introduce this thing. It's a good question. First, let me do the group by once more time. The same thing. Let me do the average of salary based on department. Okay. Group by department. Now I want to order. Suppose the average salary or suppose the department. Okay, we can just simply put order by at the end. No issue. Order by department. So, as I do not put anything, it should be ascending in nature. So, BA should be coming first. B, BA, BPO, BUIT, HR. So, you can introduce order by over here as well. The data set I'm working on top of the data set, just at the end, introduce based on which column you want to order the data set. That should be applicable. Order by should be at the end. I mean, we need to put order by at the end of the any select query. So when my data set is totally ready, just I can put a order by based on any existing column over here. Okay. Any doubt? Any other thing? Nothing? Okay. So we also crossed the time limit for today. So this is very, very important things what we just learned in DQL. Please just recall those things and have a quick hands-on at your side because I mean those are very, very important concepts. Each of the concepts are very, very important. So please try this thing at your side and let me know if there is any doubt or anything in tomorrow's session. And please also ask for the recordings. I handed over the recordings in with some of the Tetra admin team members. If you do not receive it by today, tomorrow, please tell me once more time. I'll be sharing the recording from my OneDrive itself. Okay, so let's close the session for today. Yeah, any doubt?
No.
Okay, okay. So let's connect to tomorrow with having some more DQL concepts. Okay, DQL is a huge thing. So we'll be covering the rest of the part, maybe 2 or 3 more days. Okay, then. Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.